I told you guys, I told you guys, these teams are not ready for Chelsea. These teams are not ready for Chelsea. Today, it's another win. It's another win. It's another good win whereby we managed to score 4 goals to 1 against AC Milan. And I said it, these teams are not ready for Chelsea. It took 4 minutes for AC Milan to score an own goal on themselves. It took 8 minutes for João Pedro to score the second goal. And they thought we are stopping there. They thought we are done. But we kept pressing. We kept pressing. The same guy who scored an own goal decided what? He's not going to let João Pedro score another goal. So what did he do? He fouled him and got himself a red card. Did you need them to get a red card? No. It was one of the most useless red card we have seen in this preseason. There was no need for that. He was there close to João Pedro. He could have chose to run with him. He could have chose to trust the goalkeeper because by the end of the day, it's just a preseason game. It's a preseason game. You don't need to commit useless fouls. But what? They got their red card. And at that point, Moresca decided to just play a different kind of football, decided to slow things down because being a friendly, there was no need of putting much pressure. It was time for him to change tactics and see how he can be able to play the low blocks now. And he did change the tactics. The game was slow from that point on, and it went. And on the second half, he made the substitute. He brought them in. Dilap came in, and the likes of Estavio came in. Tarek George came in. Who else came in? We had the young Caicedo, Dario Esugo came in. We had Santos come in. It was quite a chilled game. It was a chilled game. And we started again to push, but with a slow tempo. We just pushed with a slow tempo. And as if getting themselves a red card was not enough, they decided to foul Estavio inside the penalty box. And we got a penalty. And what happened? The lab scored it. The lab scored it. And as usual, the Chelsea haters started hating on the lab, saying that he can only score on penalties, and the game was still ongoing. But do you know what the lab did? The lab now scored a banger. A banger. It was a well created ball. The ball came to Santos, and he didn't want to do any mijinky. He just passed the ball straight, one touch to the lab, and the lab just smacked it in. And we got our 4 goals. their own goal, Jao Pedro one goal, and Dilap 2 goals. For today's game, the only bad part about the game which I saw was the injury of Chaloba. He was trying to make a tackle and he ended up getting injured. And I'm hoping that it's nothing serious because we cannot afford to have another defender injured. Because, as you all know, Cowell is out for weeks. Cowell is out for weeks. And for the defenders we have left with, somebody like Badiashile, you can never trust him because he's always injured, especially during the transfer season. And miraculously, he will get better once the transfer window is closed. So we cannot depend on him. Today we saw Palmer do some crosses here and there. We saw him trying to do some smart things, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Palmer because for the lineup we are going to come up against Crystal Palace, no one is ready for Palmer. No one is ready for Palmer because right now we have players who can be able to remove the pressure from Palmer. We have the likes of Estavio who can be able to pull players on his side. We have Gittens who can be able to pull players on the other side. We have Pedro who can be able to bring good crosses. And this time round, we have either Jao Pedro or Dilap to meet them. Like today, you saw the goal for Jao Pedro. What happened on that goal? Neto sending a measured cross and it met the head of Jao Pedro and he's marked it in. And that's why, if you remember, last season I said that Neto is not a bad player. All we need to do is give him a good striker and we'll see his value. We need to give him just somebody who can meet his crosses because he does too many crosses. And for last season, there was no one to meet them because we know Jackson is, when it comes to crosses, is very lazy. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but when it comes to the mindset to go and score, he's lazy. Anyway, guys, please leave a comment on what you think and any ideas you have about this game, what you saw, your version of the story, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.